Hey homegirl, welcome to the Girl Just Heal podcast, where together we learn how to navigate our healing journeys in a way that challenges us to destroy limits and break down walls that have been keeping us subject to our trauma. I am your host, your favorite homegirl, Neimoya Basden, and just like you, I am on this healing journey, navigating the ups and downs of this thing called life, while simultaneously allowing God to usher me right into the place where He wants me to be. So get comfy, grab your journal, and let's talk about all the ways we can heal, grow, and evolve together. Hey homegirls, welcome to another episode of the Girl Just Heal podcast. I'm your favorite homegirl, Neimoya Basden, and Chad, listen, how are y'all? I pray that you are doing well, pray that you are healing well, pray that all things are well in your life. So let's get into this episode. First things first, go to girljustheal.com, get your prayer cards, get your homegirl merch, and then go to girljusthealconference.com so that you can be included in the details of this year's conference. We did have a couple of emails to already drop, so if you are not on that list to receive the details of the conference, then make sure you go to Girl Just Heal Conference, get on that list so that you don't miss any further details. And another thing about the conference is I am looking for vendors in the St. Louis, Missouri area. So if you are a faith-based vendor and you are in the St. Louis, Missouri area, I need for you to join that list like right now, okay? Because we are looking for you to come and showcase your products at the conference and all of that good stuff. So just make sure you join that list because we're looking for you, homegirl. We want you. We want your products. We want to see what you're working with, okay? And we want to support you. So make sure you go to girljusthealconference.com, sign up for the details, and I cannot wait to see y'all at this year's conference. So let's go ahead and get into the episode. We are going to shout out a homegirl, and this homegirl review comes from Spotify, and it is on the episode Girl Check Your Soil, and it comes from our homegirl Courtney. So hey homegirl, thank you so much for this review. The title of her review is Confirmation of Greatness, and Courtney says, Chad, listen in your voice, because when I say you just spoke on the devotional I just completed last month, I just knew you was gonna speak a good word about it. Both of you ladies are gifted, and I pray you both continue to use what God gives you to reach among the unsaved and broken. Loved, because I know you did it for me. And she did leave some book suggestions. So thank you so much for that, Courtney. And thank you so much for this review, Courtney. Thank you so much for just being here. Thank you so much for finding value in this podcast. I truly appreciate you and each and every one of you homegirls that are here at Girl Just Heal. Y'all make Girl Just Heal what Girl Just Heal is. And I love y'all down. Y'all already know that. So now it is time to get into the most favorite part of the episode. Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's time for the what? It is time for the prayer cards. Prayer cards. It is time for the prayer cards. Prayer cards. 8. Prayer cards. Prayer cards. 8. It's time for the prayer cards, y'all. Let's go. All right. Let's see where we at. We are in Psalm chapter 126, verse 3. And it says, the Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. Come on. Okay. So let's get into this episode, y'all. And I'm excited to get into this episode because I feel like this word blessed me. And so I always feel like when a word blesses me and I get the opportunity to come share it with y'all, then I know that the word is going to bless y'all. And so something that's been sitting on my spirit so heavy is to release without resentment. Release without resentment. Okay, say it with me. Release without resentment. And a lot of times, I think the reason this came up for me is because a lot of times we hold on to the things that people have done to us and we say that we have released people. So we say, you know what, I'm done with that person. This person has hurt me so many times, or this person has faulted me in this way. And so I'm done with them. I'm going to let this person go. And we will claim that we let the person go, but then we hold on to everything that the person has done for us. And y'all, I'm just hitting the ground running with this episode, okay? So grab your notebook, take notes, because we going in. But sometimes we hold on to the things that the person has done to us. And so when I see that, like, Even me, for example, if I'm holding on to the hurt that this person has caused, I'm like, I really didn't release this person. Now I didn't release this person without resentment, because now I'm starting to resent this person. I don't like seeing this person. I don't like hearing this person talk. When this person's name come up, I'm frowning and I'm looking a certain kind of way because I didn't release this person 100% like I have been claiming that I released this person. And that's just like so many of us. We will hold on to what the person has done to us and we will claim that we released them. But baby girl, you haven't released them if you are still holding on to that hurt, and not only just holding on to the hurt, because sometimes the hurt doesn't just go away, right? Somebody hurt you, somebody wronged you. You think about that for weeks and days and months, sometimes even years after that. That's a part of the healing process. But the issue comes in when you are holding on to that so much that you are resenting this person when you are supposed to have forgiven this person. Okay. You say that you forgave this person, you let this person go, but you are holding on to that hurt, and you are not only just holding on to that hurt, you are letting that hurt affect you in a way to where now you don't even care to hear that person's name, or you just it makes you go into a bad state. You could be having a really good day and you hear this person's name, and then your day go from good to bad immediately. In 3.5 seconds, you go from having a very great day to now you having a very bad day, all because you heard this person's name, all because you saw this person's face, all because somebody brought up something that this person did. Maybe you were triggered in a way and you start thinking about what this person has done to you. But a lot of times, and I'm telling you, we hold on to things, and we need to start releasing these people, releasing these situations, and not resenting them. Release without resentment. Don't hold on to that stuff, because what it does is that stuff keeps you heavy. Who like to be heavy? Baby, I know y'all favorite homegirl don't like to be heavy, especially unnecessarily. I like to release things and release people so that I don't have to hold on to that. Like, I don't want to be as more heavy than I have to be. That's my goal. That's what I have been saying to myself for, like, I have been so intentional about that. Like, look, I am not going to be heavy. I am not going to hold on to unnecessary trauma. I am not going to hold on to unnecessary things that people have done to me, the hurt and the things that they have said. I'm not going to hold on to that. I'm going to release this person, and I'm going to release them without resentment, because if I continue to hold on to that, it's going to keep me stuck. It's going to make it to where I'm not moving forward in my healing process because I'm holding on to them and I'm not releasing them without resentment. And oftentimes what I found is that we will let go of the person, but then we will hold on to the pain that's associated with the person. So then this causes us to resent the person because of the pain that's associated with them, when we should have let that pain go when we let that person go. If you're going to forgive somebody, if you are going to let somebody go, then you have to let not only that person go, but every bad memory, every negative thing that's associated with that person. Baby, you gotta let that go with them. You can't just let the person go but then hold on to the pain, or vice versa. You let the pain go but then you trying to hold on to the person, because in some way, some shape, some form, the wires are going to get crossed, and then you are going to start feeling those feelings again. You have to let them go. Don't hold on to the pain somebody caused you and say that, well, I let this person go 6 months ago, but then you still waking up every day. For 6 months, you've been waking up and you've been crying, or you've been waking up and you've been depressed, you've been stressed out, you've been frustrated because of what this person has done, but you say you let this person go. Baby, when you let that person go, let everything go that's associated with that person, all of the memories, whether good, whether bad, you have to let it go. Everything that they have done to you, whether good, whether bad, you have to let it go. That's the only way you're going to get over the person and what the person has done to you without resenting the person, without feeling ill will towards this person. When you really let somebody go and you truly are like, you know what, I want to heal, I want to move forward, so I have to let you go. A lot of times that's why we are stuck in our healing journeys, because we let the person go but we hold on to the damage they created. My Lord, we let the person go but we hold on to the pain that they caused in our lives. We let the person go but we still holding on to what that person said to me 2 years ago. I let you go, but I'm still holding on to the things that you did to me. No, baby, you have to let all of that go. That's the only way you are going to be able to move forward. You can't keep remnants and things of people who hurt you. You can't keep it. You can't hold on to it and think that you are going to heal 100%. Sometimes that's why we are stuck in our healing journeys and we feel like, well, I've hit a bump in the road to where I can't move forward. It's not that you can't move forward, baby. You are holding on to something that is weighing you down when you should have let it go when you let the person go. Don't continue to hold on to what that person has done to you. Don't continue to hold on to that pain and that shame and that frustration and that stress, all that depression that person left you with, baby. Don't continue to hold on to that. Let it go. Release without resentment. Release everything. And listen to me, you have to release everything. You cannot release pieces of a person and think that you are going to be healed. You cannot release, okay, I'm going to release this person. I'm not going to talk to this person no more. I'm not going to call this person. I'm going to take this person off of social media, but you're still holding on to what that person has done to you. You have not completely released that person. And so this is why it's so important for you to not only release the person, but release everything that's associated with that person. I don't care if it's a gift they gave you, release it. 1, 2, 3, release them. Okay. I don't care what it is they have given you. If they maybe wrote you a text message, because sometimes we like to hold on to them text messages to go back and look at it later so you can remind yourself of when things were good and you can remind yourself of when things weren't going wrong. You know, this is how we used to be. Remember, we just used to be so in love. We used to be so cool. Release it. Delete the text messages. That's used to be, that's past tense, that ain't no more. Release it. Because if you don't release it, you are going to be stuck where? Right there in where it used to be good at. Right there in them text messages where you reminiscing about when they said this to you and, oh, I remember when they bought me this. Release it. You still got the stuffed animal? Release it. Take it to the Goodwill. Take it somewhere. Give it away. Give it to somebody. Release it. Don't hold on to anything from that person. Don't hold on to none of the pain. Don't hold on to none of the experiences. You have to release that person. And this has been on me because in my personal life, I have been learning how to release people and release certain situations that has happened with people, because I noticed that it would be some situations that I would still talk about. And sometimes when you find yourself talking about a situation, like you say that you forgave this person and I'm not even thinking about it no more, but then you find yourself continuing to talk about the situation that happened, you are not 100% healed from that. Like, you still talking about it. You still thinking about it. You still holding on to something in that situation that is provoking you to talk about that situation, or is provoking you to have ill will towards that person. When you see this person, when you hear this person, we have to release without resentment. I want to give you the definition of resentment because I know a lot of times we don't know what it means to resent somebody. So resent, and this is Dr. Google, resent means to feel bitter, indignant, or angry about a person, an act, or remark, typically due to a sense of being treated unfairly, injured, or insulted. Listen to this part. It is a lingering negative emotion, often stemming from a feeling of being wronged, causing someone to harbor grudges or feel displeased with a situation. So you sitting there mad. You sitting there bitter. You sitting there angry about what a person has done to you. You are sitting there angry about your experience with this person instead of releasing that negative emotion off of you, and you wondering why you feel so heavy. You wondering why you can't move forward. You wondering why you feel so stuck in this same space that I have been in for years. I've been in this space for months. I don't know how to get out of this space. You know how to get out of that space, and I'm here to tell you how to get out of that space. Release without resentment. Release the person without being bitter. My Lord. Release the person without being angry. Release the person without feeling insulted. Release the person without harboring these negative emotions. Release this person without holding a grudge. Release this person without being mad at them. Okay, they did what they did. They said what they said. There's nothing that can change what they did. There's nothing that can change what they said. So now it's up to you to release them. And then when you release them, releasing is not the only thing. Let's break this down a little bit, because releasing a person is not the only thing you need to do. After you release this person, you need to check your emotions. So you need to release them, but then you also need to make sure that your emotions are so much intact to where you're not heavy, you're not weighed down, you're not feeling negative, you're not depressed, you're not all of these things, because you release this person. You have to release all of that. And if you feel negative, if you feel like your emotions are getting the best of you, if you feel angry, if you feel bitter when it comes to that person, you have to release that and send that with that person. You cannot continue to hold on to that, homegirl. Listen to me. You can't hold on to it. You gotta let it go. When you let the person go, release without resentment, release without being bitter, release without being insulted, release without being angry, release without thinking that I'm gonna get you back eventually. No, release that. Because if you holding on to that attitude of eventually, okay, you did this to me, I'm going to get you back. If you are holding on to that, my goodness, you are keeping yourself so stuck, and you are keeping yourself in just a space that is not healthy. That is a very unhealthy place to be in. Let God deal with people. Let God handle people. I know they did you wrong. I know that it hurt. And I know you want your get back so bad. Baby, I know it's sometimes when you just like, I got to make them feel how I'm feeling. That is not your job. Let God do it. You release it off of you so you can sleep at night, so you can have peace, so you're not angry when you think about this person, when you think about the situation, when you think about what they've done to you. Release that off of you so that you can get a sense of peace and serenity. My goodness, we are practicing not being heavy. Listen, when I tell you I have been so intentional about not being heavy, baby, I'm releasing. When I release somebody, I'm releasing everything with them. And this is something that I've been practicing. That's why I can come here and I can encourage you to do the same, because I've been practicing this. If I'm going to release a person, I'm releasing every feeling, everything associated with that person. I'm not holding on to anything from that person, because I understand that if I try to hold on to some of the things that the person did to me, whether good or bad, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Let me reiterate this. It doesn't matter if it's something good the person has done. My goodness, if you are releasing this person because the bad has somehow started to outweigh the good, and you just like, I got to get over this person, I know I have to let this person go if I want to move forward, you cannot hold on to the good parts either. You got to let them good parts go as well, because the good parts will send you back into a space where you like, oh, well, maybe like I remember when it was good, so then they wasn't that bad. No, it was bad. Okay, it was that bad. So you have to release that. Those good parts of the story, those good areas in the life where y'all think you think y'all had some really good days, and you probably did have good days, because I truly believe that all of our experiences with people are not just negative. You probably had some really good experiences with them. But if you want to release them and not resent them, and you want to move forward, you have to release every feeling, every emotion, every memory, everything associated with this person. You also have to release that. You cannot hold on to that. You have to let that go as well, because if you hold on to that, it'll send you back into, like, you'll start to spiral, because you'll start to think about, oh, well, it was good at this time. And then you'll forget about why you released that person in the first place, why you felt the need to release them and move forward. And then you'll backtrack, or you'll stay stuck. And then you'll keep holding on to them. You'll keep holding on to just the parts that you feel are so good, when you need to release it all. You need to release it all, because nothing's going to change. If you go back, it's going to be the same thing. And you know that. You know that. And that's the thing. Sometimes we know that if we go back to a situation, nothing is going to change. But what happens is, when we hold on to those quote unquote good parts, it will lead us back into that situation where nothing is going to change. And I truly believe that it is even harder for you to get out of a situation when you go back with the mindset that, oh, well, it wasn't that bad at this point, so maybe we can restart from here. No, you cannot. Let it go. You can't restart from there. You can't restart from anywhere. Just let it go. Let the situation go. Release them them without resentment and move forward. Continue to move forward, because the things that you feel like you lost, Jesus. Okay. And this may sound cliche. We probably have heard this so many times, but sometimes the things that you feel like is going to be such a great loss, you feel like if I let this person go, it's going to be such a big void in me. And I don't know who's going to fill that void. I don't know how that void will ever be filled again. Baby, watch what God do. If I ain't learned nothing, I've learned that God can fill a void better than anybody or better than anything in this world. God can fill that void, but you have to do the work. You have to let that person go. You have to free up that space. My goodness, if you are too full, I don't know about y'all, but on my computer, okay, I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna end. On my computer, sometimes I get a notification when I'm trying to export these podcast episodes, because the files are so large. So I get a notification sometimes where it says free up disk space because my storage is too full. And so I want to encourage you to free up some disk space in your life and watch how God fill it up. You can't add anything new if you are already on full. If you ain't freeing up no space, you got to let all of that go. That anger, that bitterness, baby, you got to let all of that go. That person, that situation, those memories, you got to let all of that go and allow God to fill it up with something even better. Something bigger, something better. Okay, let me just add that. Allow God to fill it up. So I encourage every one of you homegirls to release without resentment. Release that person and everything associated with that person and watch what God does in your life. So that is it for this episode. And y'all know how we're going to close it out. We are going to close it out with the Girl Just Heal mantra. But first, we're going to take a deep breath in and out. And that is just us releasing all of the cares of today, yesterday, this week, this month, last week, last month, anything that's come up to hinder us and trigger us. We are releasing that off of us. And we're also releasing that person without resentment. So let's repeat the Girl Just Heal mantra. And the Girl Just Heal mantra is, I accept myself for who I am. I free myself from all fear. And today, I choose to heal. I accept myself for who I am. I free myself from all fear. And today, I choose to heal. I accept myself for who I am. I free myself from all fear. And today, I choose to heal. So thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Girl Just Heal podcast. I'm your favorite homegirl, Neimoya Basden. And until we speak again, girl, just heal. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Girl Just Heal podcast. Be sure to connect with us on social media at Girl Just Heal. And if you need an extra dose of support during your healing journey, join our private Facebook community where we can continue to heal, grow, and evolve together.